There's no sugarcoating it. Cake is big business.
I think that looks really cool.
The explosion of the baking industry has pushed creative cake making to new, sugary highs.
Vital things that make an extreme cake is pushing your boundaries and challenging yourself to create something out of the ordinary.
Cakepreneurs up and down the country are mixing up ever more elaborate ways to satisfy the nation's sweet tooth.
We can create anything.
As long as it's challenging, bring it on.
But there's more at stake than just sponge.
The client is actually one of my best friends.
You're only as good as the last cake you made.
And there's a potential cake-tastrophe around every corner.
All the panels that I just put on, they're all broken.
Today, a wedding cake with over 250 edible flowers.
We need to give ourselves plenty of time. We can't be doing it at the last minute.
A bake with a novel design.
It needs a lot of steady hand, super steady hand.
And a life-size pony proves a challenge.
I can't remember the last time I had to stand on a chair to reach the top of the cake.
Welcome to the extraordinary world of extreme cake makers. To create, bake and make extreme cakes takes a special kind of person. Meet 38-year-old Michelle Wibberwoe.
There's nothing more thrilling than making a masterpiece that you can eat.
She's been making large edible structures for the last 10 years, and today she has a rather tricky commission.
The cake I'm doing now is for 25th anniversary of a book. I come up with the idea of having the cake in the shape of the book itself.
The cake will be based around the 4 volumes of children's law and practice and has been commissioned by publishing company Bloomsbury Professional. It will take centre stage at a party organised by the publisher's marketing manager, Jibril.
The key challenges for Michelle would be to match the colour and the wording on the spine in gold and the same across all 4 volumes.
The cake will stand at over 2 foot tall and, needing to match the 4 original volumes, will take Michelle 3 whole days to complete. One of the books will display a pop-up scene and will be balanced on the top of the other 3. Skill and patience will be needed to exactly copy the red leather covers and gold inscriptions in edible form.
Looking at the book, the trickiest part will be making all these little details.
But before the details comes the structure. Michelle starts by carving up layers of vanilla sponge to create the shapes of the books before covering them in buttercream.
So basically the buttercream is acting like a glue, so when you stick the base over it, the base is going to stick onto the cake.
To help replicate the book's red leather covers, Michelle applies a second layer of coloured sugar paste.
It's very important to get all the details right, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm just going to leave this to dry, so ready to assemble later.
And she has a few tricks up her sleeve to make this cake look like the real deal. For Michelle Wibberwoe, the most intricate part of her extreme cake is its crowning glory, an open pop-up book that will depict a children's playground scene.
That's going to be in the middle, and then the writing 25th anniversary go across.
Having already made the cake base, she now has just 24 hours left to handcraft all of the components, and it's a very fiddly job.
I thought it's going to be just simple and it's straightforward. It's taking longer than I thought. Oh, I just need to work faster.
Every detail of the books needs to be painstakingly replicated, even down to the red leather bindings.
I would need to hand paint this using food coloring to get to look like that. So basically, I'm just creating a few darker shades of the book, and after that, I'll give the texture using dark brown.
Michelle airbrushes on edible red paint to help bring the covers to life.
I love airbrushing.
Before hand-painting the book bindings in glistening edible gold paint.
It needs a lot of steady hand, super steady hand. I like the contrast between this color and the gold color. It looks like it's popping out.
All the elements are complete. But will all the components fit together?
Imagine if I stick it upside down. It'd be a nightmare.
The final stage, to add the pop-up playground scene.
I hope the client likes it. I hope he'll be pleased with this.
Back with Michelle. After some finishing touches, she's ready to deliver her reproduction of the 4 legal volumes commissioned by a publishing company for their anniversary.
I'm so relieved that it's finally done, and I just have to catch up in my sleep now.
Taking 3 days to create, Michelle has faithfully reproduced the celebrated books on family law. Her vanilla sponge cake filled with buttercream towers at over 2 feet tall and can feed up to 160 people. Complete with replica covers and bindings, the cake is sure to take pride of place at the party. But first, client Jibril has come to check its authenticity.
That's amazing. I can't believe how big it is. People are just going to be wowed by it.
The client is really impressed with the likeness of the book, so all the hard work worth it.
It's now up to Jibril and his team to get the cake to the party.
Boot's open.
What happened? It's quite a perilous journey. Whenever we went round a bend or over a bump, it shook a bit. I think it's okay, but we'll see in a minute.
The cake makes it there in one piece and amazes the book's author, Sir Andrew McFarlane.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. It's just an absolute perfect copy of the book, isn't it? 1, 2, 3.
It looks good, and now for the all-important taste test.
It tastes really good. It's very fresh, and the pages are very light. This is the first time, as far as I know, that I've eaten my own words.